Hello there. And hello there. This is Mini Superheroes Today. This is the show you're looking for.
And in today's video, we are winding it back to 1977 to take a look at the very first Star Wars film, the one that started it all, Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, what today's video is all about is walking you through every LEGO minifigure from A New Hope, showing you custom figures as well as the best versions of all the official figures from LEGO, so that if you're hoping to have the best New Hope collection ever, this is the video you want to check it against. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're into LEGO content like Star Wars, superheroes, or anything LEGO really, because I do daily LEGO content and I'm sure you'll find something here you like. Anyways, let's dive in and taking a look at the figures from A New Hope. So starting off in rough chronological order of appearance in the film, we of course have R2-D2 and C-3PO. Now these two characters are not customs, they are exactly as they come, and both of these figures have come in many LEGO sets over the years. Both of these are their most recent versions as of this video coming out, because honestly, I think LEGO has finally nailed it with these two characters. Here we have the Rebel troopers that are defending the Tantive 4 at the beginning of the movie, and of course we have Captain Antilles, and then just a generic Rebel trooper. Now, you guys will remember that from way back in the day, we had these classic Rebel troopers, and the figures are actually relatively rare, as in, they've not come in very many sets over the years. With that being said, both of these came from the Tantive 4 LEGO Star Wars set, which is a really underrated set in my opinion. I always really dug that one, but in any case, that's where these two figures are from. Now, A New Hope has tons and tons of stormtroopers in it, and we've gotten tons and tons of stormtroopers from LEGO over the years. This version here is like the 2018-2019 era stormtrooper. It's my personal favorite, but honestly, just building a big army of them in any iteration looks pretty dang cool. Here we have Darth Vader, and this is the 2020 version of Darth Vader, which came in the Bespin Duel exclusive set, as well as the Emperor's Throne Room final duel set, which gives him these arms here that have printing on them. It's a really fantastic figure, the first ever Vader to have arm printing, and definitely a must-have for LEGO Star Wars collectors. Here we have Princess Leia, and her best version to date is the most recent one, which came in the Luke Skywalker's X-Wing as well as the Tantive 4. The great thing about this figure is the skirt piece. It just looks so amazing for her costume from this film. Of course, the head is double-sided, as you can see there, and just for an added bonus, there is a holographic Leia piece that came in the Ben Kenobi's Hut set, as well as some other sets over the years, but I think that that's really cool to show her "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope" message. Once C-3PO and R2-D2 land on Tatooine, they get picked up by some jawas. This is just a generic jawa for my collection. They've come in lots of sets over the years, and it doesn't really matter how many or which ones you use for your New Hope collection. Now, over the years, we've gotten several sand crawler sets, and with those sand crawlers, we've gotten characters like Uncle Owen and lots of miscellaneous droids. Unfortunately, I've never owned a LEGO sand crawler, so I don't have any of the figures from those sets. With that being said, I don't really know how much it matters getting all these super specific droids, but I did want to show some images here of those droids and the sand crawler sets so you know the potential droids you could get if you really wanted to be a completist. Here we have Farm Boy Luke Skywalker, an awesome figure, but a little oversaturated at this point. He has a custom lightsaber hilt here that I got from a company called Brick Arms several years ago. Really great figure, like I said, it's just come in a lot of places at this point. He does have a head you can flip around for a more serious look, and then one other thing I want to point out too is that there's a Death Star Escape Luke Skywalker that has a white belt, and while it's a very minor variation, that white belt is only in that set as of this video, so it's pretty cool. I don't have it, but it's definitely worth throwing in there for our completist look. Now, there are lots of sand people in this film. Of course, they come and attack Obi-Wan and Luke and R2 in the Judlin Wastes. But anyways, any old sand people will work. Just wanted to show you one here for reference. Now, I know I mentioned I wasn't going to specify the droids and things like that, but I do have to give a shout out to R5-D4, the droid with a bad motivator. Once again, it's a figure that I do not have, unfortunately, but he is a named droid. He was in the old Kenner figures too, so it's definitely worth putting him in the video, even though I don't have him in person to reference. Here we have Ben Kenobi, and this is from the Ben Kenobi's Hut set, a really underrated set if you ask me. Of course, he only does have one side to his head here, but he is a great looking figure nonetheless. Now, we do have another version of Ben Kenobi that has his brown hood on, or his brown robes, if you will, over top. Both are great figures, and he wears both outfits at various points of the film, so you probably want to get both if you're a true completist. Now, the Star Wars Cantina is a set that has been out of stock from LEGO for quite some time. I'm hoping to get it from LEGO through the LAN later this year, but unfortunately it's been out of stock so often and so recently, I have not been able to obtain it just yet. So here are some of the characters, you know, the Cantina crazies and all the aliens and things like that that come with that set. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them to show you, but I figured I would just show some images here anyways. Now, I may not have the big Cantina, but I have gotten some Cantina sets over the years, which gives me the Biff Cantina band members, at least 3 of them, and then, of course, the bartender here as well. So, at least I do have some figures I can show you, but, you know, I still gotta hunt down that main Cantina set. Of course, now that we're into the Cantina, that brings us to Han Solo and Chewbacca, the pilots of the Millennium Falcon. This Chewbacca is just the regular old Chewbacca that's showed up in so many sets at this point. They've really done a great job perfecting that design. Then the Han Solo is the most recent version of Han Solo from the Microfighter set that gives him his updated hair with his look from A New Hope. Here we have Greedo, which is a great figure. I always love the shade of blue that they've used on this figure, and he is quite rare because he's only come in a handful of sets over the years. He's definitely a standout figure, and, you know, some people say Han shot first, some people say Greedo shot first. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. Now, these inclusions are probably a little bit controversial, let's say, but of course we have Jabba and Boba Fett here. Now, these two appeared in the special edition, or the remastered edition, or whatever you want to call it, of Episode 4, which is now what you see on Disney Plus, and it's basically the quote-unquote canon version. So, for these, of course, this is just the regular old Boba Fett and Jabba, but I'm curious, do you guys consider that a part of the canon, or is that just, you know, garbage that George Lucas added in the 90s? Drop a comment, let me know. Now here we have Grand Moff Tarkin, and this is a custom I made because I don't have the most recent version of Tarkin. What you're seeing here are the legs and torso from the first version of the Death Star Tarkin, then the face from Vulture, who's appeared in many, many LEGO sets at this point, and the hair from Captain Stacy from a LEGO Spider-Man set from 2016. Now, there are probably other ways you could build this, so drop a comment below and let me know how you would build Tarkin if you didn't have any pieces from any of the official Tarkins. And speaking of Tarkin, that seems like a good opportunity to talk about the Imperials from this movie. Now, there are tons and tons of Imperials that appear on the Death Star and the Star Destroyers and all that, but, you know, for me, I just feel like a nice general smattering of these figures is all you really need. I mean, if you read on Wikipedia, you could probably figure out exactly which admirals and whatever appeared in the movie, but for me, just some regular old troopers here, a Death Star trooper, and a TIE pilot are enough to satisfy the video today. So here we have Han Solo and Luke in their Stormtrooper disguises. Now you could use any Stormtrooper outfits and any version of Luke's head and hair and Han's head and hair that you have in your collection to make these. I just went ahead and threw together some random ones to go ahead and add them into the showcase. Here we have General Dodonna from the Rebel Alliance, and this is just the regular old figure that came out in 2021. Pretty cool figure, all things considered, and definitely cool to get him as a figure, but nothing too special here all around. Here we have Pilot Luke Skywalker, and this is the 2021 version. I think there was one in 2020 as well, but anyways, really fantastic figure. I think that this is definitely the best we've gotten so far. And speaking of Luke, there are, of course, a ton of Rebel pilots that would have been in, like, the Y-Wings and the X-Wings and stuff. Characters like Wedge and Porkins. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those, so I'm just going to have to show you some images here, but they are awesome figures all around. I just don't have them, but man, do I wish I did. And last but not least, we have Celebration Luke and Celebration Han Solo. Now, the torsos for these figures came in various LEGO books and visual dictionaries from over the years, so that's where you'll need to get those. But then, of course, I went and updated them with the more recent heads, and there is a Celebration Leia that you can see here as well. Unfortunately, I don't have it, though, so still some A New Hope figures I need to hunt down, but I'll get them eventually. Anyways, let's zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts on this showcase. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. In the meantime, let me know who your favorite character from this movie is. Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO videos coming in the near future.